I have to tell you, this could be my best thrift store find ever. And I mean ever. I'm Tiffany of Thrifting Vegas. I shop for vintage treasures to buy and resell. Will we find something you like? Join me for a fun adventure and let's go thrifting! Today is Monday, and Mondays are very special at Goodwill. I'll tell you why in a second. But today we are going to visit two Goodwills. We're sitting outside the location at Rainbow and Alta, and we're also going to go up to the one at Rainbow and Cheyenne. Let's go thrifting! Mondays are special at Goodwill because it's their dollar day. The color of the previous week, all items with that color sticker are just $1. I'm excited to go in and see what they have. Welcome to our first stop. Let's remember to check the color of the day so we know what we're looking for. It is purple. So that means any item with a purple price sticker will be just $1 at checkout. Some crystal candlesticks, $6 a piece on those. This looks like a corporate gift clock. Ooh, I like the satin finish on this candlestick, $4. Unfortunately, candlesticks aren't selling ever so well at the moment, so I'll leave it. Here's a vintage pressed glass candy dish. It's missing its lid. Candlestick. Ooh, that top edge is very sharp, so we'll leave that as well. There's a little box here. I'm not sure what's in it. Looks like something with a glass disc on top. Not sure. Let's pop it into the cart and see if I can work out what that is. I think the little paper tag says Murano glass, but I am after this black glass pumpkin back here. It's hard to find them in black. Lots of clear, some orange and a few green, but this is gorgeous. It's $6. Just trying to see what the base color is. Often they are like a amethyst color, sometimes cobalt. I'm excited to find out what color it is. What else? Little redware puppy bank here. These used to do well, not so much anymore. He's missing his stopper, probably only about a $12 to $15 piece. This, on the other hand, is gorgeous. It's a shell mounted on burl wood. It's got its original maker's sticker on the bottom, only $3, and the shell has actually been made into a candle holder. Look at that. Super duper fun. We'll pop that into the cart. This burl wood is getting increasingly hard to find, and the artist John Perry makes some gorgeous sculptures using burl wood, so do be on the lookout for his work. Here's a Paris dish. Is that pewter? Ooh, it's $10. That's a bit much for me for resale. This is a wax burner lamp. Amazingly, the wax tray is with it. It goes on top like that. You plug it in and you can have scented wax melting to make good smells in your house. Another little trinket here. This has got tigers on it. A bit worse for wear, unfortunately. Lots of damage. So I think we will leave that on the shelf. Ooh, here's a little horse. It looks like a dollar horse. Scandinavian. $3. Meant to hold notes or a picture. That's lovely, actually. Let's pop him into the cart for $3. We're doing all right in this first aisle. It's figurines and collectibles. A few candlesticks and plates, as you can see. Let's keep going. Ooh, Namaji pottery here. Not a particularly memorable piece, this. Ooh, and they're asking $8. These used to do really, really well for me, but the market is a bit flooded now, so the prices have come down. Sadly, this giraffe is broken. His other leg is back here. Little figurine. What else can we find? Here's a fake snake plant. My mum used to call those mother-in-law's tongue. They always grew really well for her. Ooh, what's this at the back? It's a little plaque. Somebody's project. The Lord is my shepherd. Some collector plates and another plaque. Oh, look at these two. It's a lovely starfish. Oh, it's plastic. I wasn't expecting that. And this looks to be hand painted, but wow, it's ever so heavy. I think that one is chalkware. $8. Sometimes I think things are going to be either light or heavy, and they're just the opposite. Another collector plate, little rose there. A crushed rose box. Oh, that's quite pretty, but the back hinge is broken. Christmas tree. Little creamer back here, very lightweight, inexpensive. I could tell the second I picked it up. Ooh, that's pretty. I thought it was a holder, but it's actually a candle with a design on it. Oh, look. It's a wall pocket for letters to Santa. That's so cute. Made of ceramic, only $2. It's got a string for hanging. Oh, the brand is Mud Pie. That's a really great brand to be on the lookout for. Some of their kitchen canisters and plates can go for a lovely profit. Let's pop that carefully into the cart. I'm so glad I moved things around and looked right at the back there. Little votive candle holders. This, I believe, is Avon. Some more of those decorated candles. What is this? The seagull could possibly be a miniature Hagen Renneker, and the flower is actually a salt shaker. It's a really creative use to display that seagull there. Another collector plate back here. Reminds me of Wedgwood. What else can we find? More figurines and plates. This is Party Light, a massive mosaic console bowl. Ooh, I'm feeling a little roughness there. A chip on the edge. That's really a shame. This looks like Warren Kimball. Would have come in a set of plates. He does farmyard and barnyard creatures. Really lovely designs. Oh, this is pretty. It looks very 70s. This is for toothpicks and little hors d'oeuvres or olives there. Oh, it's got a chip, but I think that can be forgiven if there aren't any more signs of damage anywhere. It's $5. I just love that drip glaze, the yellow with the blues and browns. That isn't too bad. It's at the back. It could be touched up with a pen and a little drop of glaze, so we'll grab that. Here's a swan, $15 on that. Definitely vintage, but a bit too much for me for resale. Here we are in the vases, planters and florals. A modern wooden bowl there. I think that might be bamboo actually. This huge bowl is in the style of vintage mercury glass, but obviously very modern. A sharp top, they're asking $8. This looks like it's vintage, but I think it's a modern piece of resin and a mold with glitter. Ray Dunn. I love this mug. The yellow inside, but $5 I just can't do. Too much for me for resale, but I'm hoping somebody else will come along and grab that. And this. Let's see. It doesn't have a price sticker on it, unfortunately. Crate and Barrel is a good brand, though. This looks vintage. Not very interesting. It's not Optic Swirl or Lido Milano ruffle pattern. That... I thought that might be artisan glass for a moment, but it is a lightweight modern piece. Little black creamer, more planters. Ooh, look at this. This is a matchstick holder for next to your fireplace. You can hang it on the wall, and it houses the really long matches. I love the little green glaze on there and the texture of the pottery. Really super fun. Let's grab that. There's an owl up here. Owls do well for me, but I have to be very careful about the quality. This one, oh, it's a solar owl. It must light up from the inside. Who knows if it works though. This is massive. Really great colors. It is a modern piece, quite lightweight, made in China. Oh, it really wants to come home with me. Here's a vintage milk glass vase. Absolutely lovely. They had these priced about $6 or $7 for a while. At $2, I can definitely do it. That is lightweight plastic. Another vase, a florist piece. Let's see. Lots and lots of clear over here. We got pitchers, vases, glasses. Always on the lookout for crystal. Anything marked. Ooh, this looks vintage. Possibly. It might be a reproduction. Don't know about the quality of the paint there. I think I'm going to leave it. It's not really catching my fancy. Another modern piece. I love the purple flowers draped over that. Dollar store vase. All sorts here today. Lots of silks and arrangements. Got some random mugs mixed in. You can very easily tell the quality of a mug by its weight. The lightweight ones chip ever so easily, and it's best to avoid those. Lots of wreaths, all different seasons here. We've got a big bag with Christmas decorations. Little bowl. Here's Santa. He's a German reproduction. Not antique, barely vintage. Let's pop him over across the way in the Christmas section. We're here in the wood section and I've found a charcuterie board. The little indents probably held bowls for serving dips or sauces. Ooh, this is interesting. It's definitely vintage, possibly antique, probably held a glass shelf. That could be an interesting project. What is this curious item? I actually have no idea. It's $2. It has a tile in the middle. If you know what that is, please leave me a comment below. Here's a shadow box for a flag that would just need a plaque on there to bring it back to usable. More dishes. This is interesting. Lovely barrel, hand painted with brass rims. It's missing its stopper and the little spout there. Those would be really hard to replace, so I'll leave it. Very interesting carved wood vases, possibly candle holders. Those are a bit too much for me for resale. This is made to look old. It has a modern stamp there. The vintage ones are made in the Philippines or Hong Kong. What else can we find? This looks like a little recipe card or hanger for the wall. Maybe for salt. Some of them held salt historically. Coasters with a C on them. Some interesting trays here. Those are made of bamboo slats, $8 a piece. I always like to have a stroll through the plastics aisle because you never know. Plastic, it's okay. Little baskets, let's pop those back up there. These trays, beautiful floral design, but as I'm looking, they are really, really scratched up. That's such a shame. They're melamine, ooh, double-sided, really lovely, but the condition just isn't going to work for us. The big one is in the same rough shape. Sadly, we'll have to leave those. Here we are in the kitchen-y bits. Lots of tumblers. Ooh, what's this back here? Looks like a hurricane shade on a Christmas piece. I think this is Thomas Kincaid. Now, unfortunately, these don't sell very well, and they are a pain to ship with that glass tube. So I'm going to leave it for somebody else. Lots and lots of travel tumblers in this section. Some knives. In travel tumblers, I'm looking for Yeti, Stanley, Life is Good. They're all great brands. I love these little steamer baskets. You can just pop them into your saucepan and steam veggies like broccoli or carrots with just about an inch of water. Here's a lovely big green bottle. Ooh, $10 as is. It's got a massive chunk out of the top rim there. These are great for display. They're vintage choppers. You can chop onions or tomatoes. They're $5 a piece. Unfortunately, they don't seem to sell very well. Good for display. I'm not sure how user-friendly they are. IKEA sake cups. Nice pottery chip and dip there. One of those popcorn poppers that looks like a coffee pot. Thank you for everybody who told me what those were. And apparently they work really well. Basket. Ooh, this is a nice serving bowl. Well, quite lightweight. I thought it was going to be vintage terracotta, but the quality just isn't there. Soup cups. Oh, this is a pretty vintage teacup. Bavarian, German, Mittenteich. I love the ruffle on the bottom. That would make a lovely little candle project. What else do we have? Salt and peppers. Here's a tidbit tray. Ooh, this is very modern. Reverse painted. More shakers. Some canisters there. Missing their lids. Fondue forks. I have a set of these. I absolutely love them. Can use them not only for fondue, but for dipping things in a chocolate fountain as well. $3. I love the graphics on that, but since I have a set, I'm going to leave them. These are gorgeous. Little amber fruit cups at $5 though. $5 each just doesn't work for me for resale. Copper pot and more mugs. Divided dishes, some silver plate, more tidbit trays. There's a crystal one at the back there. This is Day of the Dead, little planter. Sadly, his ear is chipped. Day of the Dead themed pieces tend to do rather well for me, especially the little figurines. I have cats and pigs, all sorts of fun pieces. Oh, look at this fruit jar, pasta holder for spaghetti. I have a little one in my inventory. I think I'll bring that out. Here's an Easter mug, single shaker. Let's see, lots of clear glass in this section too. Sadly, it doesn't do ever so well unless it is signed. Teapot. I think that is Thomas Kincaid as well. Ooh. Oh, I thought that was a crystal vase, but I think it's actually part of a shaker, a grinder. It's plastic. Serving trays back there. Here's a candle holder. Lovely, lovely bowls. Lots of punch bowl sets. Those used to do well, not so much now. Having a quick look in the mugs. Since we saw that Ray Dunn piece earlier, I was wondering if there are any more at a better price. Day of the Dead piece, that's quite lightweight. This is one that I'm talking about would chip quite easily. That looks like Ray Dunn, but it's tin metal. Ooh, here's one. Love Wins. What's it going to be? Oh, $5 again. Just can't do that. I'm seeing some more down here. We've got Wink Wink and Shook. I think we're going to find that they are all $5. We are here at our second stop of the morning, the Goodwill at Rainbow and Cheyenne. We did quite well at Rainbow Alta. We spent $23 on 7 items. No purple tags for $1. Perhaps we'll have better luck in here. It looks really, really busy. But there's one cart left just for us. Let's grab it. I've got my Thrifting Vegas blanket and my reusable shopping bags. Purple, as we know, $1 sticker day. Starting out in the figurines and collectibles, here's a lovely Mikasa Cobalt Swirl Bowl. Ooh, $8. That's just about retail, so we'll have to leave it for somebody else. Down here is a lovely piece of shell decor. I love the rustic feel of that. But again, $5, just a bit too much for me for resale, so we'll have to leave it. We found one just like this at our last stop. It's a candy dish, but sadly missing its lid. I have a set of these, actually a couple of sets at home. I love the style, the teardrop feet of that, and its purple tag. So perhaps we will pop that in the cart for $1. I'm just scanning the shelves down here to see if there are any more, but it appears to be just that one. There's teacups go on these. They're little teacup and biscuit or cookie servers. They're quite fun. 3 of those. There's a butter dish that doesn't look like the top matches the bottom, unfortunately, and they are priced separately. The finish of the porcelain is a different color. I do love those flowers, though. Here's somebody's project. Bulrushes on a vase. It's quite nice, although I'm not sure how quickly that would sell for me, so I'm going to leave it. A modern cobalt piece with a chip. Another base to a butter dish, possibly. And a vintage tile, lots of cheeses. $6 on that piece. We are going to be have to be extra innovative today to find some pieces where the prices are going to work for us. I am not deterred. I usually manage to find at least a few things that there is enough room for profit. This is similar to the vintage milk glass vases, but the top rim is very, very sharp. Ooh, look at these trumpet flower glass lampshades. They're lovely. I wonder what those went to. Lots of figurines, more vases. I think this is the white shelf. Here's a sea urchin planter. That looks like a Target piece, and some pigs. Oh, I thought those were salt and pepper shakers, but I think they're just decorative. Lots more bits down here. Here's a glass figurine. It's a bear. It's etched from the back side. It is $8. So again, that price is a little bit too restrictive for us. A mercury glass style bowl and a diorama with some geese. That's quite fun. Look at this lovely little tea set. It's so realistic. Now, tragically, the handle is broken off of the teapot, but the teacups are full. We've got scones and butter. It's only $2. Oh, that is such a shame. I really like that. Here's an Asian planter or vase with elephants. Ooh, $10. That doesn't leave me room for profit again, although if it was half that price, I would definitely pick it up. Got some collector plates. There's a clock there. Sunflower bowl at the back. What else do we have? Baskets. Oh, here's some Ray Dunn. That's lovely. Bumblebee, dragonfly, and ladybug. It's $10, just a bit too close to retail. These probably go for $15 to $20 on eBay. Not sure what that is. Perhaps a paperweight. I think that ball is supposed to be on the golf tee. Here's a party light box. Let's see what's in here. Oh, it's one of those tea light holders, the ice block ones. These are super duper heavy. I think they weigh just a little over 5 pounds, so the shipping is quite astronomical on those. Sweet little bear. Here's a candle holder. That one is $1. Again, I'm holding off on candle holders. I have quite a few in inventory and they just don't sell too well. This looks like Dresden lace. See the lace finish there? So delicate. It's absolutely gorgeous. $6. There must be something wrong with it. Oh goodness. There's a big crack up the side. And our hero on horseback is actually missing an arm there. And I think his lady is missing an arm too. These pieces are so fragile, especially the little lace parts. Here's a candle, $8. Must be something special. Let's see, I can't quite get the box to open, but I hold off on shipping candles from Las Vegas because most of the year it is way too hot and they invariably arrive melted and disfigured. Look at this lovely lady. Gorgeous pattern on her top there, little flowers, so much detail. She is rather lovely. These don't sell ever so well for me anymore, so I'm going to leave it and stick to pieces that I know I can move quickly. Little stack of pretty plates here. Those appear to be $4 a piece. It looks like somebody had these displayed on the wall in a group, which would be lovely. Some piggy banks, more candles. Here we are in the vases, planters and florals with a huge wicker window box and a lovely decanter. Look at this. Love the etching. It's only $3, which isn't bad except for it's missing its stopper, which we really do need. It's a butterfly planter. That's just an applied gold sticker. This is very lightweight. Some glass canisters. Looks like somebody changed their mind on some puzzles there. I'm always checking the planters under arrangements. You just never know if you're going to find a vintage piece. All sorts of goodies here. Trays and planters. There's a cornucopia back there. Lovely applied flowers here, sadly broken. Those rarely survive without a few missing petals. This looks a little bit like a Yardrow, but the quality just isn't there. It's a music box. I have spotted not one but two exciting things on this next shelf. The first is this vintage swan vase. I think it might be bronze and the style reminds me of Frederick Cooper. It's only $4. Let's get that into the cart. And the second thing is what I think might be a Blenko vase. Look at the quality. It doesn't have a sticker. I'm going to have to look in a sec to see if it's etched on the bottom, but let's get it in there. Whoop! I have to put my Thrifting Vegas blanket down. I want to look at this Asian piece here. Oh, very lightweight. It says not for food use. Those make me ever so nervous, so I don't generally pick them up. Let's see. We've got vases here, milk glass and planters. This looks like a vintage piece, but I think it's reproduction. Little lady head, clay piece. This is modern and Oh, here's a great example of how flash paint wears off. Somebody scrubbed the bottom there and you can see that it's clear underneath. It's not cobalt glass through and through. This is amethyst glass. I think I pick that up every time. It's got a chip on the rim. There's that piece. Down there looks like a fisherman's float. Again, big chip on the top. That would be really fun with a light in it. Not sure. I don't think this is vintage, but it is $13, a big green floor vase. I know you've been shouting at me, so here is my blanket safely in the cart. This is Atterbury Scroll, L.E. Smith, a gorgeous canister, tragically missing its lid. They still want $6 for it. I'm not really sure what happens at Goodwill. It's either the wax warmer trays, the teapot lids, and now the canister lids going missing. I don't know if they have them in a box in the back somewhere, but who knows. Hopefully these canisters will find their lids at some point. Here's an empty box. Lots more clear glass. Look at these pears, little dishes. They're very, very modern, not exceptionally good quality. Hopefully somebody can use that whole stack for just $1. Let's see. More glass vases. Here's a big heavy ashtray. Clear, clear, clear. Ooh, this is, don't think it's cut crystal, probably molded glass. It doesn't have the shimmery vibrance and refractive quality of lead crystal. Here's another vintage canister missing its lid, and it too is $6. I haven't seen a clear aisle since we got here. This is the wood and baskets and everything brown. Here's a dolphin welcome from Carlsbad sign. All sorts of plaques and wall hangings, trays, organizers. Let's see. All you need is love and the beach for $5. Candle holders. Ooh, look at this trunk style box. Oh, sadly it's missing its handle. More boxes. Let's see. I have never seen this many signs and wall hangings. And I usually have quite good luck in this aisle. Here's the 10 Commandments. Definitely vintage. Brass on wood. A bit worse for wear. That's very, very scratched. This is the Kitcheny Bits, and we have found a crystal Hershey's Kiss candy dish, $6. These only really sell for me if they are colored glass. Red, pink, blue, green. Here's a sugar or cheese shaker. Those sell well if they're the beehive style, horizontal ridges or bubbles. It's a fridge container that is missing its lid. Perfect for juice or milk, though. I love mine. I tend to put water with citrus slices, so it's ready to go in the fridge. We've got baking pans. There's a stray vase over here. So many travel tumblers and drinking cups in both of the Goodwills we visited. Let's see what we have over here. Some salt and pepper shakers, teapots and napkin rings, utensils, lots of loose utensils. Caddies. Here in the plates and dishes is a lovely Christmas melamine serving bowl. We've got mixing bowls, pie plates and platters in every size, shape and style you can think of. Ooh, at the back here is a vintage anchor hocking pedestal milk glass bowl. It's the grape design. I'm just going to shine my black light. It doesn't glow, and at $8 I'm going to leave it for somebody else. This dish looks a bit like it might be Laura Ashley, the pattern, no mark. I think it's just a pretty copy. More green glass up here. It's a divided dish. Let's check it as well. I am looking for uranium glass, UV reactive glass that glows a bright luminescent yellow under a black light. It sells very, very well in today's market, and always a good find. Here's a pair of Asian sauce dishes for $2. It looks like somebody had those hanging on the wall. More milk glass, another divided dish. The gold beading is wearing off around the edge. If you're enjoying the video, it would mean the world to me if you could give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment below and subscribe to my channel with the little red button at the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. It doesn't cost you anything at all, but it really helps my channel, and you'll be notified every time I release a new video. Here's a lovely serving dish, unfortunately losing its gold as well. It's English, a Royal Worcester piece. They're asking $5, but for that loss of gold, I would definitely grab it. It's a pretty hand-painted plate, pansies on there. Not really something that sells quickly for me, so I'm going to leave it. All sorts of bakers and bowls, servers. Here's some Christmas dinosaur. That would be a fun popcorn bowl. Here in the plastics, I've spotted a bird. Now, I was hoping he was going to be glass and vintage, but he is actually acrylic, a modern piece for $3. He's a little towel or washcloth holder. Here we are in the metals aisle having a look. I don't often find too much in this section, but I always like to cover every single aisle because you just never know. All sorts of interesting bits today. Here are some nutcrackers, lots of them. They're $8. I do have a few extras at home along with some pics that so many of you have kindly sent to me. Thank you so much. They always come in handy because when you find vintage nut bowls, they're invariably missing their crackers and picks. I have to tell you, this could be my best thrift store find ever. And I mean ever. These are vintage lucite placemats, $4. The tortoiseshell pattern, they're in incredible condition. And if I'm not very much mistaken, they can go for upwards of several $100s. I'm so excited. I can't quite believe I found those. These are lovely. Little silver-plated Italian fruit cups, I think. Unfortunately, they are a bit worse for wear. They're all very, very scratched on the inside and $4 a piece. I think we'll leave those. All sorts of plates and platters. Looking for Nambe. That's a great brand to be on the lookout for. Obviously, sterling silver anything. We've got candle holders and sconces. Ooh, look at this little angel. She's a votive candle holder. So much detail on her. She has the look of stained glass with a brass finish there. She's got the marble face or head and some beading. You pop your votive in the back and then it shines through the front. Little flowers on her dress there. She's $4. Just lovely. Let's pop her into the cart. This is a little bowl. and a music box. It looks like an oil rig. These don't sell ever so well for me. They're quite vintage but a bit obscure, so we'll leave that. I quite like these two candlesticks. At first glance, I thought they might be vintage. They're wood and metal, but as I look at them and feel them, I think they are more modern. I also think they are missing one, originally a trio, the third probably in between these two small ones and the large ones. $6 a piece. I think I'm going to leave them. And here we go with a rundown of the top 5 best-selling items from my last haul. Coming in at number 5 is this little sweetie, the sleepy French bulldog puppy. I paid $7 for him and I sold him for $35. In the number 4 slot, our precious little ceramic lamb, blue with brown. I paid just $1 for him and I sold him for $30. At number 3, the stunning antique crumb sweeper doll. I paid $10 for her and I sold her for $45. In the number 2 slot, our incredible elephant bust wall hanging. I paid $8 for him and I sold him for $40. And in the number 1 slot, the most popular item from my last haul was the lovely brass Aladdin lamp. I paid $10 for it and I sold it for $40. Here on my table is everything we found at our 2 Goodwill stops. Ziggy is here inspecting our finds as he does. Let's start over here with the items from the first Goodwill. I love the drip glaze on this piece. I initially thought it was a match holder for next to the fireplace, but when I did my research, it's actually a wall pocket vase. I suppose you could use it for either or. It has a hole for hanging on a hook, a lovely little wicker handle there, and beautiful drip glaze and texture at the front. I am asking $24. This piece is so unique and fun. One of my favorite brands, Mud Pie. It's a letter to Santa wall pocket. It comes with a string for hanging, and I suppose you could actually even put it on your Christmas tree. It's made of ceramic and I am asking $24. This is a super piece. I absolutely love the drip glaze on that. It does have a teeny tiny flaw, which I plan to touch up just there. Tiny bit of paint loss. I'm going to touch it up with a pen and a little glaze. It's actually for olives. You put your olives in the center here and toothpicks in here. You could even put the toothpicks in the olives and use this for the pits. I am asking $22. This is a lovely piece. It's I don't know if that's a conch shell. It looks like a conch shell, but much smaller. It's mounted on burl wood, and it's actually made to be a candle. The original tag says Aquatic Candles of California, Westminster, California. It's just a lovely piece. I am asking $18 on the shell candle. Back here is what reminded me of a dollar horse, the Scandinavian horse. It's made of resin with a little metal overlay here, and it's meant to hold pictures or notes, I am asking $14. Back here is our lovely black glass pumpkin. Now, I was a little disappointed on 2 counts. When I pulled the tape off, I discovered that there is a little chip on the inside rim. And not only that, it is also flash painted. The base is clear. It's still a lovely piece. Would look super in a Halloween display. I am asking, $20 as is. If you remember, we found the super citrus bottle. The one we saw was bigger than this, probably for spaghetti pasta. This one is smaller, still lovely, very vintage with citrus fruits, very lovely colors and strawberries on top. I am asking $22 on the canister. I wanted to include a little bit of artwork here. Gorgeous little kitten with a mouse. They are sharing a saucer of milk here. Really super piece. I am asking $25. It is framed in glass, matted in framed glass. This piece is amazing, definitely vintage. I believe it is bronze, quite weighty. It's not signed or marked. As I said, it seems to be in the style of Jonathan Cooper. I am asking $28 on the swan vase. Milk glass vases always sell really well for me. They're very versatile. You can incorporate them into any decor with any colors. This one's lovely because it's on the smaller side. They're usually quite big and tall. I'm not sure what brand this is, but it's in lovely condition with a petal top. I am asking $12. Let's look at these super coasters. They are made to resemble bamboo. There's a set of 6, which is lovely to have. 6 is a great number. They're all a little different, which leads me to believe they are handmade. They're felted on the base, lacquered on the sides, and I am asking $22 on the set. Look at our lovely little angel here. I love her dangly beads, all different colors. She is ambers and greens, super floral detail here, and a marble face. She's a bit glittery in the wings, a spot for her candle in the back, and I am asking $20. I was so excited to find this piece. I knew immediately what it was. The quality is undeniable. It's definitely Blanco because, wait for it, I found the Blanco etched mark on the base. I hope you can see that. It says Blanco 2003 just there. The swirl is intact. It's a gorgeous emerald green color. You could use it as a vase or even a carafe. I am asking $38. This little vase is beautiful too. It's blue with applied gold and red tulips, just one-sided, but the blue is stunning. It is a ceramic piece, bisque on the bottom, glazed inside. I am asking $28. Here is the lovely teardrop footed dish we found. This could be used as a serving dish or even as a console bowl or trinket dish. Very sleek and minimalist. I am asking $12. If you'd like to use something like this as serving dishes, I have a set of 4 available. These are a little more oval and deep. They're perfect for salads or dips or sauces, even different kinds of fruit. I'm asking $28 on the set of 4. If you remember, we found one of these lovely paperweights at the Goodwill. It was a bit pricey. I think it was $8, so I didn't pick it up, but I do have 2 available. This baby bear stands up like that, and the bunny in the grass. I'm selling each one of these for $18. Now, last but not least, my amazing find, and it really is amazing. I couldn't quite believe what I was seeing. These are vintage lucite placemats. They have a brass frame. There are 6 of them. These are going for $100, $120 a piece online. I have left the base layer of the tape on there. I'm going to do a little segment in my next video showing you how to safely remove tape from pieces like this and avoid that nasty sticky. You have to be a bit careful with lucite. You don't want to use any chemicals that might dull the finish or scratch. So do tune in for next week's video and I will show you how I remove this tape. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you could please do me a big favor and watch all the way to the end. And once you get to the end screen, click on either another video at the top or my playlist, and that will run you through all of my videos, newest to oldest. If you see something you'd like to purchase, please send me an email, thriftingvegas.tiffany@gmail.com. Please include your name, your address, the item you're interested in, and your offer. As I always say, please feel free to offer a few dollars over asking price. I get a lot of offers on many of the items, and if you fall in love with something, a few dollars more is the best way to make sure you win the item. Do stay tuned. We have some fun footage of Bear and Rio on their daily hike at Floyd Lamb Park. And as always, our fish and our hummingbirds. So yesterday, after 214 days without any rain, Vegas finally got some water. It rained literally from about 9 o'clock in the morning all the way through to 8:30 at night, and consequently we have some fresh snow on our mountains. Look at that. We are here at one of our lovely hiking trails here in Las Vegas. We're hoping it's not going to be too muddy. They do have some nice worn paths which are covered with rocks and pebbles, so fingers crossed we're not going to encounter too much water. The dogs are ready. Let's go hiking. This is something you don't see very often in Las Vegas. A puddle. What is it? What are you doing? It's a little lake. We must have had several inches yesterday because there are puddles like this all over the hiking trail. All right, come on, let's go. Let's go. Come on. Oh, look, there's more. There's another one, look.
The big lakes out here. This is a big lake.
Come on, Ree. Let's go. There's another one, look. Come on there. She's going back in. Come on. Oh, wow. Look at that snow. That's just amazing. Okay. This one is quite deep. The dogs are halfway up their shins in water. Whoop. It is. It's like a lake. Are you paddling? Are you paddling? You ready? That's a big one. Come on, let's go. Very tired. This is going to be so much fun. I'm here at Goodwill, but I'm not alone. My mum and my daughter Miley are with us.
Hello. Hi. Hi, everyone.
What are we going to look for today? Stuff.
Stuff. Cut. I was not prepared for